Hello guys, today I am here to show you my 2D sprite composer. It helps to make my animation sprite separate and modular. Why did I make this system? Because I want to make this system let me say the real reason here. Let's say this is my player right now. It works, animation works, but if I want to change the hair or even the arm, I can't change that randomly because it is fully baked in one sprite sheet. I want to change the sprite sheet, I have to change the whole. I want to change the hair, I have to change the whole sprite. That's why it is not a scalable idea. That's why I made my 2D sprite composer. How does it work? It makes every single body part on the player or any entity fully modular, just like my player here. Right now she is a female because you can see the enum is female and she walks like a charm. Animation is also working. I think the left animation is better. If I have to show you all the thing right now, I want to add the weapon. So the weapon is added. I can add the weapon because it is modular system. Say I want to remove the hair, there goes the half hair, and there goes the other half of the hair. I want to add another hair, there comes the another type of hair. That's why I made this system, because it is fully scalable. I can change almost any part of the body, but it also have the rule because it is enum-driven. In the enum act as a contract between my two systems. The two systems are my library, asset library, and the Unity animation system. My asset library provides the asset to the Unity library to run the animation. And what do I mean by enum-driven? It is, you can probably say it is enum-driven because it uses enum for the contract, and my system is fully generic because the enum are not hard-coded at the core of the logic. Here you can see this is my core region that maps the body part in enum. It uses compiler type. It is not a concrete type. The compiler changes state type to a concrete type whenever I create a new class from this base class. I am using system.enum as a base compiler type, and here I have created a gender enum, color, race, and it is passed here. You can see this is my concrete type. My gender enum is mapped to T gender, race enum is mapped to T race, item color permutation is mapped to this T color body part, and so on. Since I am using a generic enum, so I can pass any enum, any data, the system will work anyway because it is enum agnostic and data agnostic. It's only manage the how they are going to map with each other. For that matter, it uses enum. So for this example, let me create a simple test asset example. Test asset. I'm gonna copy my previous example from here, so I really don't have to write this thing in. Asset example, it should be sprite to the using now I have to define the enum for the contract. So what kind of enum I need for this? Let me see. Gender, race, color, and part. So A comma B, ABC, test color, test part. Now, so I'm passing those here. Now I don't need to define the namespace, it is already there. Now this thing is done. My whole asset creation part is done. That is script. I can just create scriptable object. Wait, it is animation. Animation, test animation asset. I'm just gonna write the test. Here, it is already defined. J, K, G, application, applicable race. Which kind of race it applicable? Was the variant name, so item name. So everything is fully defined here. And if I want, I can just add any asset here. So this is the way it works. Say, so because of this system, if anyone is using my whole code, they can make any asset, any enum to map anything. My whole system will just adapt to the code. And since I have shown this much already, why not I show how do I make the animation. For now, the whole asset I am using is from Universal LPC Spreadsheet Generator. It is an open source image generation. I can use the asset, but I must credit the authors. I have the creditors CSC. I have to put them in my folder. I have credited them in my project. Now the pre stuff is done. I'm gonna show you how to make this whole system animation and animation cutting system. For this I have made some editor tools. They are gonna help me immensely. I'm gonna put this on this auto grid auto slicer. If there is an both yeah, I need to assign the this thing. This is a scriptable object. I have to define every kind of animation and cutting I have. This cuts the whole animation, splice it and write them on a very specific number. Did I got the error? Yeah, because Unity I think I tried to cut the wrong animation. Discard. I'm gonna discard this one. Clear. Did I got the error? Yeah, I got the error. It is Unity thingy. I really hope so. They kind of fix this stuff. I need to do fiddling with the setting here on the inspector. Now it should work. Yeah, it is slice. And if I open it, it should be have the exact name that I want because the name are really specific. That's why I had to make the tool. If I did not, I have to slice each one of the animation part and write them by myself. And this tool make the library instance for the asset. Oh yeah, I also need to assign the dummy template. Here's the asset. Scan the project, update the asset. Now my asset is done. I will make a scriptable object to cover it since those are important. It is a torso. Oh yeah, my bad. It is copy the name, animation, and this is an equipment. And you can see the error. I believe in the fast fail system. Just flood the error rather than getting runtime error. So this is for female, applicable part is torso, the color permutation is black, and the race, for now let's say all. The variant name is long sleeve, and the asset is this, I think, kimono long sleeve here. This is the asset. Now my whole stuff is done. I can use this to my player. Ah yeah, open this. I can use this thingy on my player now. Why the hell I am playing that? Here, it is working. Now go to the left animation is better for the scene, and let me add that thingy animation. It is for the torso kimono. Why do I have two kimonos here? Now torso is done, and there comes the new. So it is that simple to make a new sprite set animation, and all of this thing is made open source by me in a new project that in my GitHub repo. This is my repository for this system only. You can look at the system. I have the detailed documentation, even the license that you can see. Everything is encapsulated on this repo. I think I suggest you take a look at the repo and just take a look at the code and suggest me any new bug, error and stuff. So this must for my 2D sprite composer, guys.